What's going on, guys? TKD Wednesday video, and today, well, actually tonight, really. I just got done watching the kind of funny stream of the Nintendo Switch reveal, and if you guys can look at my notes, I know you guys can't see my notes, but if you guys can look at these notes, it is very convoluted, it's very confusing, there's a lot of arrows to pointing different things, and there's a lot of confusion overall in my notes, and that is very telling of how this Nintendo Switch conference went. So basically, I'm just going to read, I guess, down the script of what I wrote down. I can elaborate on things that I saw at the actual reveal, and some more stuff that we got following the reveal, because I guess they left off a lot of things, and they, just decided to put out press releases and stuff like that of things that they should have put in the reveal, but they didn't for some reason. So they put it in like a bunch of tweets and emails that they sent out following the reveal. So I'm just gonna start going for top of the list. Release date, March 3rd, 2017. Very good release date. I feel like that's very good. It is right around the corner. It's not that far away. It's something that's very nice. But there is an issue with that release that I have that I will get into here later in the video. But March 3rd, 2017 is the official release date for the Nintendo Switch. And the price is $300. Now, if you were to ask me, I feel like $250 was the sweet spot. I feel like $250 would have been the way better price. But $300 is kind of at the extent of the pricing. I feel like that is at the most they could have charged this console slash hybrid slash handheld device at, for it to be sustainable. I feel like $300 is an okay price. It's alright, it's feasible. I feel like somebody that's on the edge could easily make a judgment call and probably, make the deal of $300 and not be a big deal, right? But I feel like $250 would have been way better, obviously, but $300 is okay. And then following that, they went on to talk about the online infrastructure of the Nintendo Switch, right? And so basically they said that when the console launched on March 3rd, right? So basically from March until the fall of 2017, we don't have a month what they were talking about, but they said fall of 2017, right? So from March until the fall, the online services will be free, right? The online multiplayer with games, the chatting, I guess, over that will all be free. However, in the fall, it will transition from a free service to a paid service. Now, they did not specify how much that would cost. I assume they're gonna, make sure that it's clear and lined up before the fall, obviously, but they did not say a specific price for the fall 2017 of the online services, right? But then they started to go in to communication online, right? How we all do it on PS4 and on Xbox One. We have a party chat, that there's friends list and everything, all the good stuff that we've come accustomed to. On the Switch, it's very different. So they worded it extremely weird, and they worded it so weird in the press conference. I had to go and get elaboration and get some clarification outside of the actual conference, and I found this is insane. This is insanity. So basically, the only way to group friends into a game or party chat, even like physically chat, it is through a smartphone app. What? Yes, I'm not lying. No. It is through a smartphone app. So you're telling me that you're releasing a console that potentially does not have the ability to natively have party chat, natively have people, inviting you to a game, natively have people inviting you to a lobby. You have to do it all through an external smartphone app. You need to use your phone. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my. I don't know. I don't know about that. But then they, said in a press release after the release of the actual conference that they will be releasing a NES and SNES monthly game, and the SNES games will have online play with them patched into the game. So that's pretty cool. So it's kind of like the Xbox Live game for Golds and the PlayStation Plus games of the month. So we also getting a free game with the Nintendo Switch per month. Another thing that was, said outside of the press conference was that the Switch will become standard of a 32GB internal memory, but it will be also expandable using micro SD XD, which I've never heard of SDXD. I've heard of micro SD, obviously, but not SDXD. So apparently that's another way to expand your memory. And of course, that seems like a pretty okay thing to do because, 32 gigs, all right, it's basic. Obviously, Nintendo games don't really have that much storage to, worry about, really. But external memory is fine because external memory is easy, it's cheap to purchase on Amazon, whatever. So that is a pretty positive, I feel, in my opinion. There is also no region locking on Switch software. So in case you guys didn't know, if you bought a game that is from a Nintendo console in, like, let's say Germany or like Japan, right, you cannot use that game outside of its region that it was bought in, the region that it was made. And now they are allowing that to have, not be a thing. So now you can just purchase your games from another country online, whatever you need to do, and get it shipped over to your country, and they'll be able to play it absolutely fine. And then in the conference, they went into talking about the actual physical console, right? And so each half of the controller that, splits off into two is called a Joy-Con, right? So and that is, and then, that is kind of like what you use basically to play the Nintendo Switch. And then there is a Joy-Con grip, which is where the two combine on this little, this like handheld controller looking thing. And that is when it becomes, the Joy-Con like we've seen in a bunch of videos and stuff like that. And then they began to describe different modes for the Switch. It was very, very weird, right? So we have TV mode, which is when the Switch is plugged into the TV. Then we have tabletop mode, which is when you're playing basically local multiplayer, and one person has the left Joy-Con, the other one has the right Joy-Con, and you guys are both playing off of the tablet. And then there is handheld mode, which is when you connect both sides of the Joy-Con to the Switch, and then you play it on the go, and that is handheld mode, right? And then also they talked about the battery life. Now, the battery life is very weird. It is very weird. It is kind of a joke in my opinion. They said that the battery life varies between games. Obviously, one would obviously assume that, right? But then they said that it's going to vary between 2.5 hours and 6.5 hours. That is literally like so, like that's such a weird way to put it. I wish they just gave like an average. Like, okay, like on average, if we take 2.5, 6.5, get the average of that. Let's just say it's 3. Okay, I'm not gonna go into math, but let's just say it's 3, right? Then the average battery life is so and so. Don't give me like the minimum and the maximum. Like what? It's just so. This whole conference was weird. It was just very weird. On the bottom of the Switch, it has a USB Type-C connector, so that is very much a different way of kind of a thing that I would not have anticipated them to use USB Type-C, but hey, they're using USB Type-C, so that's cool. Then they have the touchscreen, which is a capacitive touchscreen. That's okay, I guess. Wi-Fi is on the Switch as well, and they said that you can connect 8 switches to local multiplayer to play something locally off of these switches. So you can connect 8 of them if you want to. And then they decided to talk more about the Joy-Con, and the controller is small. It is very small. It is super, super small. It dead ass looks like anybody could just crush it. It looks very small. I don't understand why it's that small. I mean, we want to get into some jokes here. Japanese country, small hands, whatever. Right? But what I saw that was really cool was that the joystick can read and write data from Amiibo. So that's pretty cool. There's obviously going to be Amiibo support on the Switch because Amiibo a big thing in Nintendo now. So obviously that will be a reoccurring thing here on the Switch. And they also have a capture button on the controller. I did not anticipate that. They have a capture button where you can save screenshots and soon, they said, coming soon, video clips from your games and share it on social media. So that's pretty cool. And they called the act of you splitting and sharing a Joy controller, sharing the Joy, I just thought was funny. But you can use each side of the Joy-Con independently. So you can have, the left Joy-Con or the right Joy-Con, and 2 people can use each one of those and play the game absolutely fine. They also announced that the console will be coming with 2 Joy-Cons and also Joy-Con straps, which will give a better reach of the buttons on the top of the Joy-Con, so you can have better grip like that. And the Joy-Con also comes with a strap, so you can use that strap and everything. And so you can use it for games that require locomotion with your body, and you won't obviously be flinging the controller up into the fan or at your screen. And the Joy-Con also has a IR blaster that dictates the shape of something and the distance of something, and it showed some pretty cool things of how that could be used in game, whatever, and stuff like that. And then they described the combination of the IR blasters and just the rumble inside. It all manifests itself as HD rumble, and they used a game called 1-2 Switch to really showcase HD rumble, and it's very confusing, man. Like HD rumble just looks like I guess better motors in the controller, I guess is how you would describe it. Like they said, like during the comments they were saying, oh, you can count the amount of different ice cubes in a glass, and you can feel the water going to the glass. It's just very, very, very weird. Very weird, right? So this 1-2 Switch game is a game that basically you don't have to use a screen for. It's a launch title, and it looks like definitely much like a party game, so I guess it could be cool for the casual crowd, but obviously no hardcore Nintendo fans can be hyped over this game. But it is a launch title, so if you guys are thinking about getting a Switch, you'll most likely be playing this game at launch. And then we're on to describe another game called ARMS, which is basically a fighting game, but you have extendo arms, I guess. You look like one of those blow-up dolls, these like those big things that blow up, and they're outside of car shops and car vendors and stuff like that. And honestly, that game ARMS looks okay. It looks okay. It looks semi-decent. It looks like something that could be fun for about, maybe a week or so, but then you get tired of it. But it looks pretty okay, right? And that game is coming out in spring 2017. And also the game lineup is another reason why I have issue with this console, but we're going to go back, to this at a later point of the video. This video is going to be long. I know that, okay? Next up here, we got Splatoon 2, which is coming out. And, everyone would assume that Splatoon 2 would be a launch title, right? Because it's a big franchise in Nintendo, it's a big thing nowadays, but it is coming out in the summer of 2017. Not as bad as putting it in the fall, not as bad as putting it in 2018, but okay. I don't understand why that's not a launch. It should be a launch title. I don't get that, but you'll be getting it in the summer. Then we got probably the best showing other than Zelda in this whole entire thing was Super Mario Bros. Odyssey. And it seems to really, borrow a lot of things from the old 3D Mario games, and it looks like you were going to be traveling across a bunch of different lands. And they said that it was where basically Mario is out of his, world full of mushrooms and stuff like that, and he is out in the real world exploring and discovering things that are in the real world. So there were, a bunch of times where he was in New York City or in India, or Italy, India, I don't know what it was, but it looked like he was in a bunch of locations that were in the real world. So I guess that looks pretty okay, but you would want that to be a launch title too. It's not. It is coming out in the holiday season 2017, so I guess this will be a good push for them in the holiday season later in the year, but this should really be a launch title again. Like this console has an issue with launch titles that we're going to get into. But next up here, they got a announcement of Xenoblade 2. That looked pretty cool. Obviously, big crowd. A lot of people like Xenoblade, so it's pretty cool to hear. Also, they announced then that 80 games are in development currently across all of their current people that are working on games. So 80 games are currently in development, and they announced Dragon Quest 10 and 11. Then they announced Dragon Quest Heroes 1 and 2 for the Switch. And then Square Enix came up. Square Enix announced this game called Project Octopath Traveler. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know why that's a name of anything, really. I don't know why that's a thing. But they decided to name the game Project Octopath Traveler, which is probably the worst name I've ever heard of the game. They went on then to announce Skyrim for the Switch, and then while they were announcing this one game that honestly I feel like nobody even knows what game they're talking about, the translator had a stroke, or he had a heart attack, or he just quit. I don't know what happened, but the translator was really bad at that point, and it was really funny to mention that. I don't know, I just mentioned it, whatever. Next up here, EA came up, and you would expect them to announce something great and cool and flashy. They just announced FIFA for the Switch. Now, why you would fly all the way out to Japan for the conference of the Nintendo Switch to talk about FIFA, I don't know. I don't know why you wouldn't just put it in like a press release like every other game that was semi-cool did after the conference. But hey, EA came and they announced FIFA, so that's pretty cool. And then they went down the list of naming it off a bunch of games that are coming to the Switch eventually, and those games are Minecraft, Lego, Naruto, Sonic, Just Dance, Mario Kart 8, and Mario Kart 8 was announced after the conference to be coming out in April, and it will be a definitive version including all of the downloadable content released from Mario Kart 8 and new characters like Dry Bones and other stuff like that. So it's pretty cool, right? And then we got NBA 2K, we got Tetris, we got Fire Emblem, we got Rayman Legends, which Rayman Legends, that game is how many years old, and why are we keep rehashing old games and spinning it onto a new console? Okay, I get it, right? I get it. These games are good, I guess, but it's a new console. Wouldn't you think that we would want, I don't know, like new games? You know what I'm saying? Like the best launch title for PS4 was Resogun, and that was a new IP. Why aren't we getting new IPs with this console right now? Like, we are getting so many rehashes and so many I've been hearing rumors about, oh, there'll be a GameCube virtual console, which is cool, but at the same time, where are the new games? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are the new launch style new IP games? Where are the new faces of Nintendo? All we're getting is the same stuff that we've always gotten, and like, it's not really a bad thing, but we can also get some new stuff along those too. Like, we can also get that as well. You know what I'm saying? But what's that the point, right? They want to announce Skylanders Imaginaries for the console, and EA's game that they left out to dry in December last month, Steep, which was shown at E3 last year, and they are bringing it to the Switch. They're bringing Steep, and if you guys didn't know, if you guys don't remember, it is that snowboarding game, all that good stuff, so that will be coming out here pretty shortly on the Nintendo Switch. Now, there was some good stuff said about the Switch and good stuff announced after the conference, but we also got some horrible news talking about accessories after the conference. Now, I'm going to run you down this list, guys. I'm going to pull it up right now on my computer. Let me just pull it up from Twitter, right? I got it right here. I'm going to read you off the accessories list for the Switch and their respective prices. The Pro Controller, the Nintendo Switch Pro Controller, is $70, okay? The Joy-Con controllers together of them, like, just get another set of the two, are $80. $80, okay? And then let's say, you lose the left side or you lose the right side, and you probably will because they're very small, right? If you lose one of the sides, each side is going to cost you $50. $50. If you lose the grip, right? Let's say you want to get, a new grip, and it says here that this one is a charging grip. Now, I'm not sure if the one that comes with the console is a charging grip as well, but I'm not 100% on that. But if you want to get a charging grip, it costs $30. If you want a new Nintendo Switch dock, let's say you want one in your room, one somewhere else, in the house, it will cost you $90. $90. If you want a wheel, let's say you're about to go play Mario Kart 8, you want a steering wheel to play the game to steer, that will cost you $15. Now, the wheel, I can understand why that might cost $15. That's fine. That's seems like an okay price. But every other price here is that is insane. That is, oh my god, you can buy a PS4 controller for like $50. That's it. And you're telling me that a controller that is close to an Xbox 360 controller, Xbox One controller, PS4 controller, you're telling me that one is gonna cost $70? Why? Like, why? Why is it that much? Why are two little controllers that are really bad, right? At that, they're really bad controllers. Why are they $80 for two of them? Why is one of them $50? Why can't you get a little piece of crap controller, one side, mind you, one side, half of the functionality of the Joy-Con controllers? Why would that cost $50? Why? And it looks like that's all I got to talk about with the Switch as of right now. There is a lot of things coming out right now as I'm recording this video. I am recording it about, just right after their stream cut of Kinda Funny, right? Just right after this, I'm recording it right now. And there is still a ton of things being announced right now on IGN looking at, and a lot of stuff, that's talked about on Polygon and all these other gaming websites. And I feel like, there are just a bunch of just things that are, there's too much following the conference. This should have been talked about at the conference, or maybe, this is just going to be a thing that they're going to announce tomorrow, because I know there's a lot of things coming tomorrow as well, and I'm sure I will have another, video kind of just a follow up. Maybe we'll do it at some point with the cast, whatever, of Scramble Saturday or whatever. But just kind of just reiterate this whole entire thing, this whole entire video, right? This one, I talked about my notes in the beginning of this video, right? And if you made it to the front of the video, leave a like, all right? Leave a like. Thank you for supporting. But beside the point, I said that this list I made was way too juggled, way too packed, and way too confusing. And that's how I feel like Nintendo right now is doing to their fan base. I am not that big of a Nintendo fan. I'm very much a casual Nintendo fan. I don't really pay mind to them. I definitely am more of a PlayStation-centric type of gamer, right? Totally who I am. But with this, like, I kind of wanted to like this. And right now, this is looking very bad. This is looking really bad, man. I don't know. This is looking very, very bad. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Again, these are my first impressions of the Switch. This is literally night that they do this whole entire unveiling of the Switch. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen in the coming days. But let me know down in the comments below how you guys feeling right now currently about the Nintendo Switch. Are you guys going to pre-order it? Are you guys going to get it for, day one? Or are you guys going to buy it even? Let me know in the comments below. Also, while you're done there, check out my description where you can find my Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can follow me on there. Also, leave a like for support. Hit me with a subscribe if you guys feel like more of it. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I got you.